Is it time to reveal your real magic and become seen, known, and valued? Hello and welcome to this video and my world of soulful visibility. Hi, I'm Reenak, Soulful Visibility Guide, and today we are talking about Ask Your Body, a process and a practice for making aligned decisions. The reason I'm sharing this with you today is, maybe you find it hard or easy to be in your head and struggle with making aligned or healthy decisions. It's also easy to get overwhelmed with too many options, too many choices, feeling confused and finding it hard to make decisions. Or maybe you get caught up in somebody else's excitement, somebody else's certainty, somebody else's request, or their sales pitch or their invitation, and end up saying yes, and then later thinking, I'm not sure about that choice. I get it. I've been there. I've bought the t-shirt. I've also bought probably some expensive programs and other items that were not quite aligned for me in this practice. It's because it's kind of one of the essential practices, but we're not really taught how to check in effectively with our inner wisdom. We're often taught to make decisions from our head or are easily influenced by others rather than knowing how to really check in. And on this journey of soulful visibility, if you are a business owner or you're feeling called to step out and give your gifts in new ways, there are so many decisions, so much new territory to walk in where it's kind of like, well, I don't know, what's the best thing here? It's easy to make decisions based on our default patterns of what we think, or maybe scarcity or fear, or chasing a shiny object that looks good, and rather than soul aligned decisions. It's not an easy path to make, but to be, the more you can get clear on what you're doing and when and what's aligned for you, the easier it is for you to be more clear and consistent in your visibility. Rather than spinning your wheels, which is what I hear from people a lot, spinning your wheels by not making decisions. And that's the real fast track to the good old procrastination city that I'm sure many of us know, where, an hour or a few hours have gone by and down the rabbit hole of browsing or binge watching or just faffing around and not getting done what you want to get done. So in this video, I'm going to share a simple but powerful practice of asking your body, partnering with your body to access your deeper truth in relation to, you can use it for anything really in your life, and it will help you make those aligned decisions with much greater ease. So I was using this process recently because I have committed to writing a book recently on soulful visibility, and so I'm creating new structures in my life around writing a book. I've never written a book before, so I was tuning in, kind of thinking, when do I want to set aside time to write my book? Do I want to do 30 minutes a day or have a longer slot in the week? And I could see the benefits of both, and I kind of thought, my head thought, checking in every day will probably be a good thing. And when I tuned in with my body, to get out of this tension and confusion around this decision, and I felt into a longer time slot once a week, I could feel my whole body relax. I felt, the yes, that feels so much better. That really helped me to trust the decision and to take the action of putting that into my schedule and committing to that new practice. So it was really valuable for me, especially in something that was completely new to me and I didn't know what was going to work for me. So I've also used this process to make decisions around an investment. Am I, going to invest in this program or this support? So much good stuff out there, but when I check in for a yes or no, I can trust that. I can let go of all the other noise. And again, on the path of visibility, choosing the right support and letting go of the noise is, really a huge part of moving forward. And also, when it came to creating space to write my book, I had some tough decisions to make and things that I was reviewing. Do I need to keep this in my life? Again, a lot of support containers, communities that I value, leaders that I love, but I still need to check in. How do I create the space so I can schedule that time in to write my book? And I use this process for making those decisions. Some of them were hard decisions, some surprised me, but I could trust the decisions. So what can you relate to here? What, where do you get caught up in the spinning or the not deciding or the, not sure what I'm doing, haven't done this before, I don't know what to do. And so rather than, giving your power to other way, would it be valuable for you if you had a way of reliably accessing your own truth and your own wisdom? So I want to lead you through an experience of this now. If you are in a place where you're able to do so, it's helpful to stand up if you can. If not, you can come back to this at another time or do it wherever you are. It's actually, you can do this wherever you are. Being, standing up and being in a clear space makes it even, more powerful. But I would really encourage you to experiment with using this in however you can. So this practice is something that I've evolved myself from something called the sway test. So sway, like it's from swaying back and forwards to get a yes or a no, which is a really valuable practice. But I've evolved it to be more nuanced, more sensing what my body is feeling, and more something that you can use anywhere, sitting down, lying in bed, so you can use it anywhere. So if you can, but you don't have to, stand in a relaxed position, feet on the floor, and I like to put one hand on my heart and one hand on my belly, but you just put them whatever feels right for you. It could be two hands on your heart, it could just be hanging by your side, and just take a moment to connect with your body. Just feel it, appreciate it, say, thank you, body. It's good to connect. How are you today? And just give your body some appreciation for all that it does for you. And this is really important. To connect with your body first, step one. And then ask your body, what does a yes feel like in my body at this time? And notice your response. What does a yes feel like in my body in this moment? And a yes could feel light, it could feel happy, it could feel expansive. There might be a sense of joy or freedom. You might feel spacious. You might notice your body leaning forward. You might notice your head nodding. You might have a sense of just relaxing, releasing tension, pleasure. What does a yes feel like in my body in this moment? Oh, and once you've felt that, how your body is responding in this moment with its yes, just say thank you. Thank you, body. And then, what does a no feel like in my body at this time? What does a no feel like in my body at this time? And a no might feel heavy, there might be a shrinking, there might be some tension anywhere in your body or tightness. You might feel contracted or even sad, depressed. You might notice your body leaning back or pulling back or wanting to pull away. You might be shaking your head. It might be a tiny little movement, or it could be a big, like, child. No, no, not happening, not doing that. So just notice, what does a no feel like in my body in this moment? Notice your response. And once you've felt that, just say thank you, body, knowing you can come back and practice that anytime. And then the next step is to create your check-in statement. It works better as a statement rather than as a question in the present tense. It's aligned for me. It's aligned for me to be watching this video. It's aligned for me to be creating this video. My body is leaning forward. What is it for you? It's not aligned for me to be watching this video. What does that feel like for you? Maybe it's a leaning back. It's a pulling away. It could be, and just check in. I'm hungry right now. I'm getting a no. I am thirsty right now. My body is thirsty. Yes, getting and leaning forward. So just check in with your responses and notice and any sensations that arise. And you can check in with other statements. You can test it, come back and test it again until you feel clear. And just before we complete this short practice, just connect with your body and say thank you. Thank you, body. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for the connection. Thank you for your support, all your wisdom. So just take a moment. How did that feel for you? What did you connect with here? Did you get a clear response? Or do you need to come back to practice? Was there anything that surprised you? I find it helpful to do small, regular check-ins rather than spending a long time with a long list of statements. It's sometimes, if I spend too long with it, it's easy to go into my head or get confused or, lose connection. So, and you will gradually grow your capacity as you strengthen your connection with your body and its wisdom, which is why it's so good to practice this. This also is why it's good to really connect with your body first, rather than just going to go, tell me the answer. We can be quite transactional with our bodies, and what we want to do is build a relationship rather than, I'm going to press the button and I want you to tell me the answer. Let's connect. Let's nurture and appreciate our bodies as well. And also the reason why it's good to check in with your yes and your no in each moment is because as you go through your day, your week, it's harder or sometimes easier to access your body's knowing at different times. If you're busy, if you're stressed, if you've been doing a lot of head work, if you don't have a lot of space in your life at that time, your yes or no responses might feel different. They might take longer to access. They might be more subtle rather than big. So that's why it's good to check in each time. So just take a moment to notice what resonates with you here and how might you use this in your life. What could remind you to check in with your body more regularly? And you might want to start with something small. Am I hungry, thirsty, tired? And just grow the practice into new areas. So what are you taking away from this? Just share your insights, your ahas, any questions you've got. What's your experience with this yourself in the comments wherever you're watching this. Beautiful to connect with you today, and I hope to speak to you again soon.